Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. And yesterday I had already started this idea of developing character thumbnails. So I'm gonna upend the date to include today, and to start off with, the idea comes from this page. I did a video on the 26th of last month called Thumbnailing Characters, and it was pretty popular, relatively speaking. And this page also shows some of the doodles and studies that I do, but we're going to focus on this. And for reference, we're going to print it out, the thumbnails. Oh, look, a spoiler. So yeah, then after this, I'm gonna do some cross-hatching videos. So yeah, I do plan it out. I don't want to waste our time. So the idea is that, how do you go from these thumbnails, and then you have portraits like the video I posted yesterday, which are pretty fun to do, but there's a gap between the thumbnail and then the portrait. So this is basically it'll bridge the gap, hopefully. So with that said, I'm just gonna do like 3 more characters as an example. But just to start off with, so this, I just basically went off of these thumbnails here, and this is to show you that it's good to still keep it pretty loose, almost like a thumbnail but bigger, before really committing. And I find that helps to not get into like perfectionism, which starts to happen when you get to things like this, where now you're trying to make the picture look nice. So yeah, let's do 3 more characters. What would be interesting? Maybe I'm gonna do this bottom part here. Get this in camera. Okay. Well, let me set up the figure and I can talk about that. Yeah, so the whole point of going over proportions, aka fundamentals and stuff, is so that you can draw over and over, because that's really how you get good at it. So, for example, if your thumbnail is like this, you need to be able to go like this and just draw it and replicate it, enlarge it. Okay, so let's do that. I'm gonna have to fold this. So I can still be in the camera. Okay. So one thing is when you develop the thumbnail, I'm gonna go with this because she looks kind of interesting to me. You want to give yourself options, and also you want to keep the spirit, is what I'm thinking, is the spirit of the thumbnail. So with that said, so remember, like, that's the shoulder. And I would just keep the head. I wouldn't even draw the features at this point. I mean, I kind of like her pose. So yeah, you want to keep what's good about the thumbnail, what you liked about it. Something like that. And once you kind of get the vibe of it, I would leave it. Yeah, I mean, I would just keep it at this level. And part of that is because so you can draw it again without feeling like you're stuck in the details. Let's do this guy. So yeah, center line and the midpoint again. That becomes your shoulder. That's the hip. Oops. I was doing it this way. I keep alternating. Let's just do both. Okay. Give this guy a sword. Something like that. So next we'll do just go down the line and do this is kind of like a child or something. a street urchin. So yeah, if you want to change the height, just change the height of your proportion or whatever, and but also, I mean, if it's a child, then the body's gonna look a little different. So yeah, let's just keep it pretty loose. That way you can keep coming out with different versions of it without getting lost in the details. And hopefully that made some sense. And so yeah, that's how you go from the small thumbnail to like a medium. And then you can also start to develop, if you do this part, just do, don't worry about the legs. Then you can start to design the hair. That kind of thing. A little bit more getting into the character, and then think more about the portrait aspect of it, the likeness, if you will. But yeah, as a spoiler, I was just practicing how to do cross hatching on the face, but I also do like after I make a video, I usually do some more sketches and stuff, so I'll probably just use these as templates. Yeah, hopefully you found that helpful, informative to your daily sketching practice, and until next time, keep on sketching.